Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Oh yeah, what is going on, everybody? It is Game That Tune back in the house. It's man, I think we got a great game, a great show in store for everybody tonight. It's episode 82. It's your boy John Harrington here. We got John Regan, say hey.
Hey!
And we got David Fleming, say hey.
Hey.
And we got Jesse Moore, say hey.
Hey.
Yay, yay. So, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to tonight's show. If you're just joining us on Game That Tune, what we do around here is we've each put a game. We play 3 songs from the game, listen to the songs, try and guess the games based on the songs, and a little bit of trivia, goof off, talk a bunch of shit, have a lot of fun. And, yeah, winner at the end of the night gets to play even more tunes and pick a theme for the next episode. And John Regan, somehow, was our winner last week. And Johnny, why don't you tell them about that fantastic theme you picked for this week's show?
Well, I thought it's been a while since we've done indie games. So, yeah, I went ahead and just went with indie games for this week.
Yeah, see, you say that. I didn't remember us ever doing indie games. But frankly, I thought it was a fantastic overdue theme. I got my fedora. I got my whip. I got, my just sense of adventure ready for tonight's show.
John.
And
Yeah, that's INDIE is in like independent.
Okay, well, I need to change a few things about my preparation for the show. John, go ahead and strike.
That's really my bad, John. I probably sent a mixed message by buying you that Indiana Jones box set on Amazon. I really should have done that this week. I really should have waited a little bit longer.
Yeah, really seemed like a tie-in, and I don't care for young Indiana Jones, but, it arrived at my house. I thought you were just trying to give me some inspiration. And, okay, well, yeah, strike my selections from the record. I guess I can keep the bonus tunes or something. Fuck. Cool. So indie games, INDIE, independent games. That is such a wider category than what I'd previously been working with. Now I think it's going to really be a diverse show, because before I thought it was going to be a pretty John Williams heavy show. Like John Williams
Suddenly, this thing makes so much more sense.
Not that John Williams through like an MSX filter type show, but this makes way more sense. So cool. Then Johnny, I say we jump right into it, man.
All right.
Game 1.
Fuck.
Oh, did you guys hear that music? Because I did not.
Nope.
No.
Okay, what happened here?
Wow.
I see. That's weird. The visualizer on the screen was going nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Podcast listeners, there's a giant boulder rolling down the fucking hallway, and we have to run away with technical difficulties.
All right, let's try that again. Nice.
I like it.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the show.
Definitely not from Indiana Jones. This makes way more sense.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah. So this is one of our fan requests for the evening. We now have several fan requests since my songs are no longer on record. This came to us on Twitter from somebody with a October spooky Twitter name that they don't have their real name anywhere on their Twitter. So this is from the VGM Haunter at Angus VGM on Twitter. Thank you for the request. Sponsors in this game include Kamagori Clone Tech, Spark Unlimited, Fulcan Capital, Xyle Geo Transform GmbH, Muller PLS Alien Pet Exchange, Willard Labs, the Rokedale Trust, Zyro Industries Grav Research, and Zeville Corp Civil Space Exploration. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Techno-y.
Yeah.
You guys need like one more piece of trivia to put you on the right track?
Yes.
Perhaps.
That'd be amazing.
So this game was originally released as part of Nintendo's Nindy's program for the Wii U, and an enhanced re-release of this was a launch title for the Nintendo Switch. I only do that because I feel like none of us are going to get any right tonight.
Gotta change my answer.
What was the last part of that again?
An enhanced remake of this game was released as a launch title for the Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There it is, Johnny. Johnny's got it. He's in there. Johnny says, Dubstep Hero. Jesse, hold yours closer to the camera, or does it not say anything?
It's nothing.
Okay, it's nothing. And David says, affordable space adventures. Johnny, hit the word space.
Space.
Yeah, no, that's sadly incorrect. This is Fast Racing Neo for the Wii U.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, hence all those futuristic sounding sponsors.
Yeah, that makes sense why there would be sponsors in that game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could get sponsored on your space adventures, but you know.
Space.
Thank you, John.
Johnny,
Be
on
prepared for
point
that.
tonight.
Yeah, this game takes place in various locations throughout space, and therefore, I figured Johnny will probably have to hit that button a few times. So, who here has played F-Zero? No, excuse me, Fast Racing Neo. Why do I want to keep saying F-Zero?
Because it's very F-Zero like.
Yeah, my God.
Hey, Nintendo, you should do this. Because
I don't understand like where the confusion is. I mean, one of them is like a futuristic 3D super fast racer that starts with an F and ends with an EO, and the other is a super fast futuristic racing game that starts with an F and ends with an EO. Totally different games.
which one has wacky characters, though?
I was going to say, this one has no wacky characters. It has a bunch of realistic, futuristic sponsors, which I'm not.
Fuck them.
Yeah. I mean, I like Alien Pet Adoptions being a sponsor of
That's
a,
cool.
fucking
Yeah,
interplanetary duck car race, but like, what the hell, man? Why isn't this F-Zero? Like, everything though that I've looked at about this, I think I'm right on the verge of buying it. It's only like $15 for the Switch, and it actually looks fucking cool. Like the Switch version has like new tracks over the Wii U version. It's got like 6 new tracks, and there's like 15 vehicles, nowhere near the like 40 or 50 vehicles of F-Zero GX, which just by making this game and making it a Nintendo exclusive, they're just begging me to only compare it to F-Zero. Like, they really should have somehow made this seem like they're trying to rip off Wipeout instead of F-Zero. Yeah, I love Wipeout, and a Wipeout on a Nintendo system would be like, oh, that's awesome. I never thought about Wipeout on a Nintendo system. But it's like this game starts with F and ends with EO, and we haven't released an F-Zero game in like 10, 12 years. You put the questions. You just ask whatever questions in your head you need to.
See, I feel like if it was Wipeout, though, it would just piss you off more because you'd be like, "Hey, look, it's Wipeout on a Nintendo system." I never really thought about that because I had F-Zero. Where the fuck is F-Zero?
Yeah. Wow. Why did we ever get Wipeout on a Nintendo system? Because we never needed it, like at all. But yeah, man, the game looks really fucking cool. Like I've watched a few races at this point, and you can get going pretty darn fast in this. Like some of the guys doing time trials for for world records and shit. It's crazy how fast they have to go through these courses. And I guess the big thing that tries to distinguish this one from other fast futuristic racing games is you have to do there's different phases your car is in. You have an orange phase and a blue phase, and depending on what phase you're in, there's boost strips, and you have to kind of change phases to get the the full boost. Like you have to hit a blue strip when you're in blue phase, and then you have to change over super quick to orange phase and hit the next strip. So you can keep going very, very, very fast through these courses if you're good at the game. So it looks cool. It looks like there's a nice steep ass learning curve to getting very good at these games. But again, Captain Falcon's not in it, and it's just
Yeah.
I can't move past it, man. I'm like, where is he? What happened?
I'm thrown off by phases. Like, are phases something that just happened, or do you control what phase you're in?
You do control what phase you're in. You literally just hit a button to shift from one
okay.
color to another.
Okay, so it's pretty different from it's not a phase, Mom. It's actually something that you like decide.
Right. Yeah, this is who your car is. It has 2 phases. And none of them are like that Hot Topic phase where it just gets all decked out in black and studs.
God, why did Hot Topic sponsor this game and make a Hot Topic phase?
It's definitely like a future racing car with like a ring in the front bumper. Like, it's got a bumper piercing.
It's just a fucking car with an Invader Zim sticker on it, and
that's
yeah,
it.
man, we
Nothing
got
else.
this.
No other flair. A single,
Yeah.
like 3-inch by 3-inch Invader the Sim sticker.
It's just a futuristic looking Doc Martin with an Invader Zim sticker on it. That's your car. It's perfect.
You can't even see it unless you pause and zoom in. Like, oh hey.
Wow, it's so accurate.
Yeah. Wow. I want to stay in this phase forever. Too bad I keep losing all the races because there's no Hot Topic boost strips on the track.
Not yet.
Yeah, there will be. Yeah. Oh God.
Every time you go on the boost strip, it just changes the music to like Blair emo screamcore.
Yeah.
Just starts playing Avenged Sevenfold. Oh God, okay, that's it. Nope, this game's gone.
When you
how you pop the downloaded content out of your Switch and throw it out the window.
When you win a race, when you win a race, instead of waving a checkered flag, it's a Nirvana T-shirt on a stick.
Okay, we got to get out of the Hot Topic phase of this discussion. This is
as we all do.
But yeah, man, the game actually looks good. I'm really thinking about buying it. Just I don't know when I'm going to, because it's October now. I've got some games to play, and Super Mario Odyssey's coming out real soon. Do I really feel like dropping money on this when realistically I'll play it for like a weekend tops?
Yeah,
not yet. But if in the future we all have Switches and we all want to play this together, it does have like 8-player online races, and it looks really fucking cool. The tracks are crazy and F-Zero-y and futuristic. Like, a couple of races I was watching, one had like, tornadoes and shit going on the track. There was giant sandworms jumping all over the place, little Beetlejuice shit. It's cool. It's crazy. It's spacey. It's just, all kinds of, yeah. Oh man, Kevin Spacey's in it. It's got that House of Cards story to it. It's just crazy. The Zeville Corp civil space exploration company's trying to take down Kamagori clone tech in the racing, and Kevin Spacey's in it. No, that's not what I meant.
You were starting to really sell me on this game.
Yeah. You're racing.
I don't know if there is a story mode, but there could be. There could just be rivalries between all these sponsors. The Alien Exchange hates the Gravity Research Company. Like, come on.
I was seriously thinking, it's like maybe this little
our Patreons.
Yeah.
Like maybe this little indie dev got like some big name talent to give him credit, and like Kevin Spacey is the narrator. It's like, I thought Kevin Spacey was in this game.
Yeah,
they're racing to the White House.
Frank, you got to remember to go into the right phase. I'm always in the right phase. It's not a phase, Mom. It's who I am.
Being in the right phase is like being a Georgia peach in the summertime. I don't know.
Oh my God, I'm amazed that like we had enough clout to get Kevin Spacey to guest star on this episode.
Yeah, guest star Kevin Spacey, ladies and gentlemen, turning to directly to the camera and explaining what's going on in Fast Racing Neo. The most annoying part of the game.
The car goes around.
Now the key to shifting your phases properly. Fuck. But yeah, cool music, cool game, cool request. Yeah, and Kevin Spacey, he's just all over this fucking thing.
Space Station Zeo Core, whatever they're called, thinks they're winning this race, but we all know that I'll be the one that crossed the finish line first.
Thank you, John, for taking us into the next game. Let's move on.
John Regan segues.
Game 2.
House of Cards. ran the gamut there.
Yeah.
Started out one way, ended kind of dramatic.
Yeah, a little bit. All right.
Sweet.
So I actually had a hard time finding good trivia on this, so I'm just gonna drop a few hints that'll hopefully help you.
Oh.
Jeez, thanks, John.
This is a physics-based 2D puzzle game. It was released in 2008. It's been ported to everything ever. And yeah, I'll just play the next song. We'll see if we figure it out, and maybe I can come up with some more hints or something after that. More hints if you want them. It was ported.
Yes, please.
It was ported to the Wii, as well as PC, OS X, Linux. And
You're not
it was
really
actually
about to list everything, are you?
No, it was recently ported to the Switch this year, back in March. It's available for that. This is a little bit sticky. It was developed over the course of about 2 years. Cost about $10,000 of the two guys' personal savings. All the development was done in coffee houses with Wi-Fi.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys have some answers?
I do know.
All right. Yeah.
What do you know?
We got World of Goo, and World of Goo. Oh, damn it.
That was supposed to be our Indy ultrasound.
That's right.
It makes less sense now.
My bad.
Great, man. Old World O' Goo.
Yeah, so did you guys play this one?
Yes.
Once, I think.
Yeah. Okay, God, I was hoping somebody had, because didn't this win like Game of the Year and shit? Like, this was kind of popular,
was a
and I
big
just
deal, yeah.
never bothered.
I bought this it was in the first ever Humble Bundle, and I bought it then. And I promptly played and beat it, and I was so excited because back then I was like Linux full time, and this is one of the first ever like commercial Linux games I ever got to play. I was like, "Fuck yes!"
Oh man, we do need
Yeah,
a
I
sound for when you just bring up Linux. Oh wait, I think I have one. Linux, you say?
Mario's so proud of you.
That's great.
Here I thought it was going to
Excellent.
be the Indiana Jones thing again.
It's bound to come back up, but I need something more all purpose, like something that can extend into future episodes. So whenever John proudly mentions Linux, Mario can pat him on the back. So yeah. Somebody else go on. I seriously never played this.
I thought this game was about Peter North.
Oh.
God damn it, man! I'm taking a drink. You know what sound plays whenever Jesse makes a really gross porn joke?
Mario's so proud of you.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So
I
this
can't wait
game,
to find out why Mario's proud of me.
you'll see. So, checking off Jesse, this game was developed in Germany by some girls. They were called.
John, you specifically said somebody else talk about this game. I'm going to cut you off right
That's the one
there.
with the guy that wears a hockey mask and a pirate hat. Like, hockey pirate's the best character.
No, guys, we're ignoring. This was a Nickelodeon tie-in from back in 1995. This was the My Brother and Me game.
Mark Summers.
Yeah, no, this was the My Brother and Me game. It wasn't about my brother or me. It was about their neighbor, Goo. Like, we all remember My Brother and Me, right? I'm not just like.
I do, and I remember their. See, funny story about this.
Goo. There's nothing but.
For whatever reason, John, every time that you and I were playing Smash or something, and you got like really like close, you would always shout "Goo!" every time. And I remember I was playing a game, and my wife was watching me, and something intense happened, and I was tilting the controller, getting into it, and shouted "Goo!" It's like, why are you saying that? It's like, that's what John always said. It's like, why did he say it? It's like, I don't know. I think it was My Brother and Me. And then we had like a 20-minute discussion about My Brother and Me.
Yeah, My Brother and what? Oh, fine. Let me bust out my DVD box set and explain this to you. Let me tell you about a little move called the Goo Punch.
Oh God! Oh Jesus!
It's a My Brother and Me thing. It's not a porn thing.
I swear to God. Yeah.
Oh my
It's
god!
a Nickelodeon thing.
It can be both,
So,
and I think it is.
Yeah.
No!
And the weird thing was, like, everybody in his family like was named something that rhymed. Like there was Goo. I think he had a sister named Boo. Like everybody
And he had a cousin named Moo.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a very creatively written show. Yeah. Oh,
Anyway,
I love My Brother and Me.
Hollywood's finest.
Was this like a live action deal or a cartoon?
Yeah, My Brother and Me. It was like the mid '90s, one season like black family sitcom on Nickelodeon. It was really funny.
This was not the one with the puppet. That's My Cousin Skeeter.
Yeah. Oh, Cousin Skeeter was dope. But yeah, My Brother and Me was just kind of like a Family Matters type situation on Nickelodeon. It was great, man. They lived in Charlotte, North Carolina. The kids liked to play basketball. They met Charlotte Hornets shooting guard Kendall Gill. I mean, I remember a lot about this show. It was pretty good. Yeah, little Dee Dee, the younger brother, got a haircut like Cool Dr. Money.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he cut a bunch of dollar signs into his head, and then his dad had to shave his head. And he said he hated his dad, and that was the last episode of the show. It was weird.
Wow.
Oh, what a weird note to close the show on. I hate my dad. Cue credits.
I hate you. And series not renewed. Oh, crap. We're never resolving that cliffhanger. But anyway, so somebody's played the actual world of Goo, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
I played it, and it's pretty fun and interesting. If I remember this right, it has been a while since I've played. I'm not gonna lie. But I recall that. So basically, your goal is to get balls of goo from one end of the map to the other. Like there's a pipe at the end of the map, and you have to like build towers that they can climb up, or build bridges they can go across. And I believe you can get like achievements for either finishing a level in this like a set amount of time or only using so many goo balls to do it. And it's really good. It's really like good. It's addicting. It's like Tetris level. Like you can just play it, just mindlessly. It's so good. And
I dig it.
yeah, as you beat levels, you like basically you can I think so every level you start with so many balls of goo, and whatever you don't use to build your structure, those are like your extra balls of goo that you can then there's like a mode where you can try to build a really tall tower of goo, and your goo tower height gets submitted to like a server and leaderboards and things like that.
Goo tower.
You're killing me, man. I can't listen to this.
I know, that's why I'm doing this.
I know, it's impressive how not mature I am about
And
this.
there's all kinds of
Damn it, no, I was gonna make.
there's all kinds of different goo balls. Like there's a basic just whatever goo ball, and there's like an undo goo or something like that. If I remember, like something you can click that undoes the last goo ball move, and then I can't keep this up.
No, you've got to be the only one, man. You have to go.
I
remember playing.
Go.
There was one level that I remember distinctly because there's like a giant chasm, and I kept trying to like build a bridge, but it's because like the physics engine in this game is actually really good and really well done. Because I was trying to build a bridge, and like as you send the pieces like across the structure, it started to get like weightier and weightier, and it kept like falling into the chasm. So eventually I figured what I had to do was like make a giant tower and then knock it over to kind of like build a bridge vertically and tip it.
Cool.
So it's that kind of like puzzle solving physics based,
Yeah,
but with goo balls.
yeah, you had all kinds of different. You had all kinds of different balls of goo. You had the black goo, you had the white goo, you had the green goo, red goo, balloon goo,
Ugh.
eyeball goo. Oh god, what? Eyeball goo.
Nope.
I can't move past that.
Don't get the goo in your eyes.
Sticky goo, skull goo, spike goo, ugly goo.
Okay.
Man.
It's losing its effect if you're just
The
listing
world
types
goo.
of goo now. Yeah.
Anyways,
What a world. A world of goo.
Stealing a joke from the chat. It's really good.
Yep, there it is. Poll quote: you can't spell good without goo.
Yep.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
But no, it is a great
everything
game. I really enjoyed the music. The art style is really like interesting and fun. Like that was my big thing was I really appreciate the like high quality visuals that are found within the game. Like it looks really good.
Does it?
Yeah, I think it looks
Okay.
great. I love the look.
Honestly, this thing, all I ever saw was like it just kind of looked like black balls goo on a kind of normalish background. It never struck me as particularly like a awesome looking game, but I'm glad to know it is.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no, it's great. Yeah, the guy's really
Going
you
on
can tell-
limited like trailer based knowledge of this game.
I think it's worth buying. Like you guys have Switches now, and it's on the Switch. I think you should get it and try it out. It's probably a $15 or $20 thing, and it's the kind of game that it's my kind of game. There's no there is a story, but it doesn't matter. You can just play it for like a few hours, then come back in 2 weeks and not have to try to remember where the fuck you are in the story. You just go and just start connecting goo balls together. It's great.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even want that jumping off point of what the hell the story of World of Goo could be. Not important. But it would be great if it were all the episodes of My Brother and Me as the story, and it somehow worked. Just sticky goo balls into everything. Like
Every level's based on an episode.
yeah, you gotta get Alfie out of detention using sticky goo.
Gotta build a goo bridge or a goo ladder up to the window of the detention hall.
Yeah.
So
when
you
you're
can
playing as
climb-
the dad, you gotta make like a goo sandwich, and I don't know, man.
I just imagine like
it's a
you
great show.
open the window, you go out the window, and you grab the ladder. He's like, ugh,
Ah, what a
Roll
mess.
credits.
Anyway, Johnny,
All right.
anything else?
Game 3.
Thank good. Sweet.
Yeah.
Good
Wow.
stuff.
Yeah.
All right, trivia time. All right, this game, along with other indie titles like Spelunky and The Binding of Isaac, are considered to be key games that launched the concept of the roguelike-alike. Games that borrow a subset of major features of classical roguelike games, but not all. Most often, as with this game, these games use procedural generation along with permadeath atop other gameplay mechanics to create a highly replayable experience.
Hmm.
Oh man.
Hmm.
Oh, good stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Who's ready?
Yep.
Show them. Show them. We got John says FTL. Johnny says NetHack. And David says FTL. It is FTL.
Damn it! I should
That was
have
my-
missed that.
Light.
That was my
Shit,
guess for the
shit.
first game.
Oh, wow.
Nice. I'm glad I gave that extra trivia then.
Yeah.
I guess. I guess we like people getting it right. I don't know. Cool.
This game, it's really cool. Like, Johnny, have you played it?
No, I actually bought it in a humble bundle, but I've yet to play it.
Oh, you gotta dust it off because it is great. It's basically like you start off at this ship, and it's all like divided into the different sections of the ship. Like you got the shields, you got the engine room, you got like the weapons area, you got the helm, you've got like a medical bay and stuff. And so then you got like little crew guys on the ship that you put them in certain areas, and they can affect the that thing. Like, so if you got to do in the shield area, your shields are a little stronger. Your ship isn't flying if someone's not in the cockpit. So like if you're just sitting still. So like if you're in a combat situation, you have no maneuverability unless the guy is driving, which makes sense, And so like you start off, you're like in space, and you jump from like sector to sector, and each time you move to a different sector, something random is about to happen. And so like sometimes you run into like a ship that's like, hey, we'll sell you this stuff for cheap, and you're like, okay, cool. Or sometimes you're like, hey, we're gonna invade your ship and try to kill you. And so you run into other ships, and you can, when you fight them, you can like target different sectors on their ship and stuff. Eventually, you can get like transporters and transport dudes to your ship, or they'll transport stuff to your ship, which is usually bad. And there's like a lot of little nice touches you can do, like say there's like a fire in part of your ship, you can just like open up all the doors on that side of the ship, and then since there's no oxygen in that area, the fire will just go out, and then close the doors back up, and then have your dudes go and repair the damage.
Yeah.
So that sucks though if like a ship takes out your oxygen. So then like your guys just slowly die.
Yeah.
But it's really, really hard. You can unlock other ships. I've only unlocked one other ship, and but it's super fun game. It's kind of like super hard mode Star Trek.
Yeah, so I always thought this was like some kind of like action, like shmup type game. It's like a ship running simulator. Like you gotta control the different rooms of the ship. I literally never knew that.
Is it like a real time thing, or is it like a turn based thing?
You can like pause the action, but it's essentially real time.
Ooh,
sweet.
Cool.
Yeah, so like when they're attacking you, like whenever you first meet up, there'll be like a dialogue window that'll be like, hey, you better pay us this money, or you can ignore it, and then they'll attack you. And so and sometimes like if you attack them too much, they'll stop combat and be like, hey, we'll give you all this stuff if you let us go. And you can take the stuff, or you can say no and finish them off, because sometimes you get more stuff if you just go ahead and finish them off. But it's fun. Like the music is like really good. Obviously you guys heard it's very spacey. It sounds like you're in space.
Space.
Thank you. We do need to get a Kevin Spacey sound on the board now if we're gonna be saying Spacey this much. We need to get that Lex Luthor wrong.
Ooh, yeah.
Why don't we have that?
Yeah, that's a useful sound for a game show.
Yeah. That should be the all wrong sound.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This game seems cool. Somehow I've known about it for years and never properly knew what it was. Like I said, I always thought it was a shmup. It sounded like a shmup. So, it's a spaceship that travels faster than light. That sounds like something. It's funny, just based on that name, I figured it was probably something that I should stay away from. But like, this seems way more accessible.
And you can
probably
name your ship and stuff, which is fun. If you want to name your ship, Giant Dick or something, you can. You can name all your.
Can you arrange the rooms on your ship to be the shape of a giant dick?
No.
See, that's the optimal design for a faster than light spaceship.
Yeah.
It's a giant dick.
You can
I'm
There's
just
name
no
imagining,
joke there. I'm being scientific here.
I'm just
Trust me.
imagining like pulling into a spaceport. It's like, so, this is my ship. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's like, what? This is our design that we use on our planet. It increases aerodynamic, speed, and it helps in zero gravity. Right. Has anybody told you that that, you know what? Never mind.
I like.
Yeah, come on.
I
Now,
like.
where do you want me to dock this thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I like the version where the guy that owns the ship knows exactly what the fuck he's doing. He's just fucking everybody across the galaxy.
Yeah.
I like-
Like, so-
He knows exactly what he's doing, but he's not letting on. Like,
Yeah.
What does it look like to you?
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
Nothing at all.
Like, do we have a problem here? Do we have a problem here? Do you want me to pull out, or like what? What do you want me to do here?
I would be more than
It's-
happy to take my spacecraft, the Silver Shaft, and park it somewhere else.
Yeah. Are you saying it's too big? Should I, try a different angle here? I mean, what do you want me to do?
Yes, it is in. Stop asking me that.
Only in Johnny's ship. Yeah.
I-
Yeah.
Nah.
Where do you go from here, man?
You
We
can,
got,
name
we
your
got dick
dude.
ships.
I was gonna say I had one more, but I decided against it.
No, don't. Close out the faster than light dick discussion with one last joke.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. It's just the way that the engines are designed. They use the special semi-plasmic liquid engines. I apologize about the size of those goo balls.
Perfect.
Actually, I got one more. Yeah, as captain of the ship, you're just you're getting it, like Mass Effect style with an alien woman, and it's like, wow, that was fast. It's like, yeah, I told you I was faster than light. I wasn't talking about the ship. Hey,
Oh.
Game 4.
That was fast.
Wow.
faster than light.
Faster than light. Ah, damn it.
So it's my connection.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is another fan request for the evening. This one came to us via Facebook from a fellow video game music podcast. This one came from the VGM Tracker podcast. Give them a listen.
Cool.
And yeah, this game has a simple control scheme. I'm actually not sure how many buttons this uses, but I know that there is one button to pick up a weapon, one button to use the weapon, one button to turn into a ragdoll using the physics, and one button to quack.
Perfect.
So
I feel pretty good.
should be pretty simple on this one. Fuck yeah, man! Everybody says duck game. That's correct.
I really think that's the new all correct sound.
Yeah, actually, I'm in favor of retiring Ultra now. Somehow Indiana Jones is just better. It's so
way
low.
better.
So good. It just
Compared to the Ultra, that's just so like, yeah, you got it.
the Ultra is so aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to get you hyped for a discussion of a game that we all know, right? Like,
What? Well,
Definitely
I'll
upload that to the
remember.
drive, and I'll replace this tune, the jingle.
will do. David, you have something to say about Duck Game?
well, remembering, because obviously all of us are huge fans who have played this game, and I certainly wasn't looking up this game. This game was released on the Ouya.
Yes, it was.
What's that?
Yeah. John, I thought you would know about the Ouya. It's a thing that happened once.
It's
Right?
a like independent like Android console.
Yeah,
What? Why?
it was a piece of shit.
It looks kind of cool.
It was
Why would
cool in
you-
theory, and then
Why
Nobody
would you
went
do
for it.
that?
because people wanted a plug-in thing that they could put on their TV to play smartphone quality games. Yeah. That's what they wanted. They wanted a controller and a TV and a bunch of cords to play Angry Birds. Duh.
What?
They did. History would prove the Ouya wrong.
I think there was some like Frog game that people really liked too. Not Frogger, but it was some other Frog game.
I was gonna say, if it wasn't Frogger, was it that fucking stupid Android ripoff of Frogger, Crossy Road? Because I got some thoughts on that too.
Oh man, we should do a cross.
Dude, next episode, nothing but Crossy Road.
Do you remember that weird Crazy Frog ringtone thing from years ago? Was it like a game based on that?
Oh fuck yeah. Yeah, the Crazy Frog game. We're never playing the music from that. But no, this is Duck Game. Nobody here played Duck Game.
That looks weird.
I wish I did.
Pretty fun, actually.
Yeah.
I kind of want us to all get it and play it. It looks a lot of fun.
The reading about it, like the difficulty is it's one hit kill and you explore environments, and the difficulty is you trying to like figure out what weapons do what. And the game has several humorous elements, including silly hats, a quack button, and a ragdoll button. I'm sold on that.
Exactly. Ducks, hats, guns. Great.
I'm looking at some kind of picture of like a duck with a machine gun and everything's on fire and it just looks like real rad ass. Like, oh.
Yeah, man. This was published by Adult Swim Games, which is pretty great. They have a decent track record of publishing just nonsense, pretty fun games.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's like you can play it online. I think with like 4 friends, and it's essentially just supposed to be a fast pace, like kill each other, almost kind of like a super fast pace, like super sudden death Smash Bros. Round. Like,
oh cool.
You all get dropped into the environment. You have to like hit little item boxes to get your fucking weapons. And then just shoot each other, and last person standing wins that round. And it's like best out of 5, best out of whatever. It looks like a lot of fun.
Okay, I officially want to get this game.
16-bit ducks shooting each other with machine guns.
I officially want to get this game because I have found a screenshot where one of the arenas is like a stage, and the duck is using a trombone as a weapon.
You can
I'm
wear,
sold.
You can wear the front of a car as a hat.
Sweet. Yeah. All the videos that I saw of this, it looked like you can customize the hats because like guys just had like pictures of their faces as duck hats.
Oh,
and
really?
like there was like Mario mushrooms that would let you put on a Mario hat. And the game just looks wacky and fun. I mean, seriously, it's ducks with guns. I think the trailer had said like, it's like your friends, silly hats, and an irresponsible number of guns. Yes. I'm into this. It's all there in the title. Duck Game.
You had me a quack.
What do you think of when you think of ducks? You think of how ducks like to kill each other with, automatic weapons. That's just how it is.
Yeah, that's why. I mean,
Remember Roger Rabbit with the 2 ducks and their pianos and stuff? Can you imitate that on this game?
Probably. Do whatever you want. See, and I kind of hate reading some of these like Wikipedia articles for games like this because it's got who needed to include this in the information about Duck Game. Sean Flint, whoever the fuck that is, was critical of the game's name choice, saying, quote, "It describes absolutely nothing about it other than the fact that it may contain ducks." Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. It's a fucking gag name, bro. Like, the game's kind of fun, but the title doesn't really tell you anything. There's ducks, and it's a game. Yeah, that's the joke, dude.
yeah.
It's almost as if a game based around inherent ridiculous humor is named in such a way to be inherently ridiculous.
Exactly. It named in such a just, dressed down, like, normal, just, nothing fancy way, as though to obscure the fact that it's actually a game about ducks killing each other with guns and silly hats.
I mean, that's really a pretty bullshit reason to dock something is based on the title, because like there's plenty of things where the title tells you nothing about the work. Like, okay, based on the title alone, tell me what the fuck Great Expectations is about. All right. now go read Great Expectations and then tell me what the fuck it's about, because I have a report due and I don't know. No.
Forgot John's repeating high school. We're in the middle of a fucking movie plot. Shit. Yeah. Johnny Madison.
No, I really did read that book, and I really don't understand what the fuck it was about. That episode of South Park was way better than the book.
This is not the Great Expectations podcast, and it never will be. Good God.
Oh shit! There goes.
Video game titles have been obscuring what they've been about for years. I mean, like fucking when David Wyman was on the show, he brought out Zexus. What the fuck is that game about? I don't know, because the title has what?
What the fuck is Tetris?
Well, that at least implies going back to like Latin roots that there's going to be 4 or something. But like, you know. That's that you gotta really know your Latin. But like,
my bad.
I mean, seriously, if you got a problem with Duck Game having a title like this, like, bro, maybe you shouldn't be reviewing games. What's wrong? Like, fuck. I like the game, but I just, the title's gonna turn some people off. No, it's not. Yeah, it's Game with Ducks. Well, what do the ducks do? Not important. Do you want to play the game? It has ducks. Yeah.
See, if anything, like, hearing that there is a video game called Duck Games, like, it makes me want to know more because it's so undescriptive. It's like, it could be anything with ducks. What is it?
Yes.
Everyone loves a good mystery, and there's nothing more fun than solving mysteries. And so, you've been presented with this mystery. What the fuck is this game? And then you get to go solve it.
Yeah, go on Steam, pay $4 to $10 to solve the mystery of Duck Game by playing it. Oh, I've solved the mystery. It's a game about ducks killing each other. Cool. So yeah, Duck Game. It's got a pretty sick ass soundtrack though. You gotta admit that is some Genesis sounding ass music.
Yeah,
and I really dig it.
I was really thinking that was gonna be a Genesis game.
Yeah, God, I wish there were more indie Genesis games. So we might close things out with Indiana Jones on the Genesis at some point. Johnny, I guess we'll just have to move on and find out.
All right.
Game
quack, quack.
4.
Did somebody actually... Was that... No, that wasn't the request. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
And yes, just a little spooky.
Cool.
That's very happy.
Yeah, not bad. So this is another fan request for the night. This one comes to us via Twitter from @the_Sigma_Omega, and yeah, this game is really something. Kotaku's review of the game. I would actually frequently visit Kotaku.com.
All the time.
Kotaku's review of this game called it, quote, as accurate a blank simulator as you'll ever play. I might just fill in that blank for you after this song. Yeah, so that song actually contains no allusions to what this game might be. Kotaku's review of this game called it, quote, as accurate a cat simulator as you'll ever play.
As accurate a cat simulator?
Yeah, because apparently at some point indie games just became fucking games starring unusual animals. I don't know, man. Yeah. Yep. While you guys are working on that, I can give you some release information. This was originally released on the PC, and then the Ouya in 2015, eventually ported to the PlayStation 4 in 2016, and given VR support in October of 2016.
VR support?
Yup.
Are you guys fucking with me on this Ouya thing? Like, this is a practical joke, right? Like, what is this?
Ouya,
No.
the Ouya happened,
No.
bro.
It was him.
No, it didn't. That one count.
It's an indie game show, man. There's Ouya. What do we got? John Regan says Cat Simulator 2K12. No. Jesse says Cat Game, very close. And David says that Neko mobile game that everybody loves. Sadly incorrect. This game is called Cat Lateral Damage.
Yes. Damn it.
Nice.
Tip of my tongue.
Yeah. And yeah, this one, it's a first-person cat game in which
kind of fun.
it actually does look very cute. You're going around a house, knocking all your owner's shit onto the floor. That is the object of the game. Like, you play as a cat, you press a button to extend the paw, and then you bat things off of a shelf or use it to open a door to get to more areas. Just, knock as much shit onto the floor before your owner comes home as possible.
Is there a meow button?
I don't know.
So far,
Yeah.
Duck Game is still winning.
That's
Oh,
important.
yeah, no, Duck Game's way ahead. But Cat Lateral Damage wins for a decent, like, Schwarzenegger movie / cat pun. I like that. And just for, I don't know which is more original, Duck Game or Cat Lateral Damage. Like, these are both rather interesting games. Like, Cat Lateral Damage looks like it's got like a Katamari type art style to it. Everything's kind of cartoony and blocky, and you're just running around as a cat knocking shit over. I think I'm going to dock at a point because you're playing in first person, so you don't really get to see the cat. If you're going to play the cat game, what do the people want? They want the cat. They don't want just the paw. I don't want to be wearing my PlayStation VR helmet and playing as the cat.
What?
If anything, I want to play as the owner.
No, hold on.
And just
John, that is exactly what I want. I want to put on a VR headset and I want to be a cat.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it sounds great. You just walk around,
Yeah.
hang out.
Yeah, take a nap for 8
Yeah.
hours.
no, you don't walk around, hang out, man. You wreck shit. It's not.
That sounds great
Not
too.
just palling around being a cat game. You got to get up on the shelves and knock things down. You got to, you got to do stuff. You got to just ruin your owner's life.
Yeah.
Apparently,
That's everything I've wanted in a game.
it's a very cynical view of what cats do, man. My cats don't do this shit. My cats are cool. If I leave a glass of water on the table and walk away for a few minutes, yeah, they knock it over, but they don't just knock over everything. Like,
My cats don't do this
come on.
except when they do.
I like
My
how
cats have one target in mind. If this game were literally just a game where you got to play as a cat and you had to do like some Metal Gear Solid shit and wait for your owner to walk away, leaving a glass of water on the table, and then like cat your way up to it and knock the water over, I'd be an expert at that. I've seen it happen twice a week for the last 7 or 8 years. It just happens.
That actually
But,
sounds like a badass indie game, like a stealth game where you're a cat trying to like not get caught.
Yeah,
there's
Cattle
one map
Gear Solid.
and you have to like hide from this like gardener and stuff, and then you like can come up behind him and honk and like scare the gardener and stuff.
I want to
and-
play that game
It
so
sounds
bad.
really cool
I want to play it so bad.
because I fucking hate geese, but that game looks like it's perfect for,
I love that like the entire premise of the game is you're a goose, be a dick.
Yeah.
Like that's it. That's
I mean,
the entire purpose.
You like steal
That
the
is literally
glitters.
the goose's entire purpose on this earth. The geese are terrible creatures. Yeah. There's no redeeming quality to geese. You can't pet those things. They're terrible. But yeah, man, fucking Justin in the chat, who is the Sigma Omega on Twitter, is saying that use the PlayStation Move controllers as your cat paws, which is very amusing to watch. I imagine that most VR games are very amusing to watch somebody play. I mean, especially if you're playing it's a fucking cat, because it's just somebody going to be there like just doing this the whole time, I guess, just batting things over. But like, God, man, I still have so many hangups about playing a VR game. Like, I haven't done it yet. I don't want to. Like, I don't want to be in my living room with this on in front of my wife. It's going to be like the end of her respectability for me.
Yeah.
Especially if she goes under the hood and it's a fucking cat simulator. Like,
What are you playing? Nothing.
See you like, oh, he's playing this like intense fighting game. Put it on. It's just like a fucking cat, like in a living room.
He's
So I'm saying, like,
batting a piece of string.
Must be the new Tekken.
yeah.
No, so
Somebody.
I had no interest in VR until I learned that this game exists. This sounds like it's right up my alley. I'm not even joking. I'm not laughing at this. Like, this sounds awesome. really wanna put on
Okay,
a
John,
helmet and
fine.
just
I'm gonna
be a
get you,
cat.
an HTC Vive and a fucking headset, and
Yes.
we're gonna do VR cat shit at your wedding. That's just how it's gonna
I
Yes.
say wedding present. We will get you the VR cat game.
go. Yeah.
Oh my god, no! I want to get married as a VR cat.
Do you, John? Please place the ring on her fingers and extend the PlayStation Move controllers forward.
Excuse me. John is my human name. Today, I am Mittens.
Oh god. John, we really need you to pull that thing up so you can fill out the marriage license. Yeah, nope, not doing it, man.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Why do you keep knocking the pen off the table?
This is
If I
she's
can't
filled
see it
out
in
her
the game.
section. Now, Mr. Regan, will you fill out this portion? Whack.
You just keep on spilling a glass of water on top of it. Oh god. Yeah, no, that's a very good idea. That should be like your bachelor party theme. We all wear these VR helmets.
We're all
and just
cat.
just
Our bachelor
like pal
Yeah.
around downtown St. Augustine playing cat game.
No.
And
So it somehow turns into a furry party.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the bachelor party
It's bound to
is
get
that
weird.
we're all cats. Like, we run around with cat ears and like paw
Just came up
gloves.
to, like a stranger and told them that. You're like, my bachelor party is me and all my friends for cats. And I like want to fight you.
Is that like a sexual
Oh.
thing? What is that?
yeah. Why are you talking to me? Yeah. Stick with your cat friends over there. Oh,
We're all just sitting there with like saucers of beer.
yes.
No, sauces of milk.
Oh god. Anyway, yeah, this game does
Don't
look
drink
fun.
beer, David.
Not your cat, man.
We go to the
Yeah.
St. George Tavern, ask for sauces of milk.
Oh god. See, that's the object of the cat game in downtown St. Augustine. It's do as much cat shit as you can without getting your ass kicked. Like, you lose the game by getting thrown out of a bar or just having somebody punch you out of frustration. So, yeah.
Wow.
These cat people
Can't
are really
wait.
bothering me.
I don't know what some of those cat dudes, but they've been on the golden tea machine all night. This is pissing me off. So anyway, great request. I'm glad that we piqued John's interest in VR cat games, and yeah, good tunes, good requests, man. Let's keep it going to the 6th game.
Oh, what is it? The 6th? Oh my god, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucked up the sound earlier. Ah. All right.
Now,
Game 5.
6. Cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna see if y'all had any comments or if you're still making cat jokes in the chat.
Hey, man, I was going to say, for your sake, I hope this game involves cats because we're kind of on a tangent still. Yeah. Man, soundtrack to cats.
So, trivia for this game was kind of hard to come across, but this game is a sequel to a promo game, a very brief downloadable title that was used as a promotion. This game came to be because the company that created it already had the license to the other characters featured because of the promo game, had so much fun developing it that they decided to do a full-on crossover game featuring the two universes. Would anybody like another piece of trivia?
Yes.
I'm good.
I think I have it.
All right. Well, I will give this to John and perhaps confirm for John or Jesse. This game is indeed a crossover between two different characters. One, the star of a mildly successful set of downloadable action platformers, and the other, the star of one of the biggest Kickstarter fuck-ups ever.
Shit. That doesn't help me at all.
David hates half of this game.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I know what
Well,
half
actually-
is. I just can't think of any crossovers that's involved with that.
So, Jesse says Mighty Gunvolt. John says Mighty Gunvolt Burst. Johnny says Cats scratched out, question mark, question mark, question mark, I got nothing. This is Mighty Gunvolt Burst. The
Oh.
original promo game is Mighty Gunvolt.
Nice. Yeah.
So,
Good music. And I know it's on 3DS and Switch, so it's right in your wheelhouse.
This is a crossover between Azure Striker Gunvolt and Mighty Number 9. Azure Striker Gunvolt, pretty fun little series of like action platformers. Mighty Number 9, steaming hot turd.
Hot take.
David, tell us what you really think.
Yeah.
Don't at him.
I was gonna say, I thought, damn, mic drop. David, pick your mic up. We still got a little bit of show left, man.
Deal with him.
Do we actually, yeah, do we have the deal with it sound?
It's in here somewhere. All right, David, drop your hot take. I'll hit it with the deal with it.
Azure Striker Gunvolt, great. Mighty Number 9, steaming pile of shit.
Deal with it.
All right.
Yeah.
This game, however, this game is fucking awesome.
Sweet.
And it makes me happy because I was a backer of Mighty Number 9. I was very disappointed with Mighty Number 9. This game is pretty much like everything that Mighty Number 9 was promised to be. This game's fucking great. You get to play as either Gunvolt or Beck, and it's basically set in like a virtual reality world it's primarily based on Mighty Number 9. You have to fight the mighty numbers. You collect abilities and different upgrades and then fight the final boss and so on and so forth. But unlike Mighty Number 9, the levels aren't terrible. The bosses aren't terrible. It's just a much better game. It's much more polished. The levels are really well designed. They each have their own little gimmick, but they're not annoying. They don't have like poorly explained mechanics in them. They don't have spike pits that appear out of nowhere. It's not garbage. All of the boss fights in Mighty Number 9, like the whole mechanic in that game is weakening and then dashing into enemies. And so you weaken the bosses and then you have to dash into them to like take that section of their life bar off. If you don't, they just regain that health, which is bullshit. And they all have like instant kill attacks, which is bullshit. None of them have that in this game. They play like much more commonly to Mega Man bosses. And the most amazing thing to me in this game is the customization, because you know how in Tony Hawk, when you would make a character, you would like choose what tricks you wanted them to choose, and you had like 1,000 points, and like, I really want to do this ollie. That's 200 points away. It's the same concept, but for weapons.
Okay. Cool.
So you select. They're a little bit different because Gunvolt only uses like his standard gun, but Beck, once he defeats an enemy, he can use like their weapon, like their weapon type. And you have a set amount of points, and then you can change things and they subtract or add from that total value. So if you have a gun and it shoots 3 bullets and you want it to shoot 5, you can do that. You can shoot 2. You can shoot in a straight line. You can shoot in a wave. You can do a spread shot. You can do rapid fire. You can do a charge shot. Do you want your bullets to pierce? Sure. Do you want them to pierce through enemies, the environment? Both. Like, the amount of customization is fucking insane in this game.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I knew about it was like basically, it's kind of, Mega Man-ish. I mean, I only say that because I haven't played Mighty Number 9 or Gunvolt, but like, yeah, you can just like, take all the weapons and customize their attributes and just like do, numerous combinations of things. It's like, totally customizable when, it sounds really cool. And, yeah, that's literally all I knew about the game. It was like, that's a ballsy move, making a crossover game with the characters from Mighty Number 9 and then some other not despised series. Like, interesting choice. And it's like, oh, it's actually really fucking great. And like, kind of a, just like a deconstruction almost of like, like shooting like Mega Man type games. I'm like, I'm into that. I should check that out.
Like, playing Mighty Number 9, I was like, these bosses are kind of annoying and like a huge pain in the ass to fight. And the levels are really like, playing this game was like, oh, this is what it was trying to do. Okay, I can get behind this. Like, these bosses are fun.
Yeah.
Who knew?
What's that? Fun in a game? No.
Yeah. But yeah, like, you build your own special weapons. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I dig it. It's funny. This whole episode we've been talking about all these indie games, and we barely mentioned Kickstarter projects, but like a lot of these games were funded via Kickstarter, and they're good games. It's just what is it that goes into funding a game and being satisfied with it on Kickstarter? A bunch of people paid good money for cat lateral damage to be kickstarted, and seems like they got their money's worth. Everybody was pissed about Mighty Number 9. Like,
well, it wasn't exactly the game that they promised it was going to be.
Yep.
And the other had cats.
Yeah. Exactly. If Mighty Number 9 had more cats, or
if
had anything to do with cats, you would have gotten that internet cat money going.
Mighty Number 9 was a cat.
Yeah. Mighty Number Feline, come on. It would have been fantastic.
That sounds perfect.
Feline
Yep,
Number 9.
the cat lateral damage, Mighty Number 9 Azure Striker Gunvolt crossover we've all been waiting for. You
Although
strap on your VR helmet, you customize your cat paws, and then you just knock shit over in a robot world. I'm into it.
Although saying Mighty Number Feline makes me think it's a crossover between Mighty Number 9 and Monster Hunter.
Also good.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have any real hatred towards Mighty Number 9 because I didn't back it and didn't play it. So maybe I should support these so they keep making fun, interesting games using those characters. And Indy Creates is still able to keep creating games because it seems like in most cases they know what they're doing. So
yeah. Oh yeah. If I cannot recommend enough not playing Mighty Number 9. I also cannot recommend playing Mighty Gunvolt Burst. Like, if you are a Mega Man fan and you have a 3DS or Switch, get this game. You will not be disappointed.
Excellent. Hearty endorsement. I'm into it.
That's David's lock of the week.
Yeah. Boom. We need more locks of the week. But yeah. Great game, good tunes, good, like, again, I keep going back to Mega Man comparisons, but like good Mega Man-ish action game tunes. And yeah, I'm into it. I'll have to check it out. It's on my Switch. They're just putting too much stuff out on the Switch for me to keep up with, man. Not that I have to play all of it, but it's, there's a lot of stuff. Good stuff. So,
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have. But anyway, Johnny, shall we activate that calculating computer?
Well, right now we have a 3-way tie. So before I activate it, I came up with a very half-assed lightning round.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
These are the best kind.
So, this lightning round, I've got a list of indie video games, and I've got a list of Arcade Fire songs, and I want you to tell me. No.
That sounds amazing.
Well, if we're gonna do lightning round, can we hear the lightning round sound?
Oh, yes.
Hustle through it, Johnny. We're going long.
Yeah, no, this will be quick. This could be a sudden death kind of situation. Okay, so David, is this an indie video game or is this an Arcade Fire song? No Cars Go.
Indie game.
Nope. Arcade Fire song. All right.
No. Okay. I am unfamiliar with the discography of Arcade Fire.
Sweet.
All right, Jesse, indie video game or Arcade Fire song? The Cat Lady.
Oh man. Indie game.
That is correct. All right.
Oh man.
Shit. All right, John, indie video game. Indie video game or Arcade Fire song? Duskers.
Shit. Arcade Fire song.
All right, so with that, we're going to activate the calculating computer.
Calculating computer activated. Computers, beeps,
Oh, sorry, I was checking up on the chat. What was that?
beeps. Scoring complete. This game's winner is Jesse Moore.
Yep, John, that last one was an actual indie video game, Duskers.
Great.
So that makes Jesse
Glad
this
to
week's
know
winner.
Cool, man. Great game, Jesse. Nice,
Yeah.
nice lightning round, John. Fucked up. Cool, man. Whatever. Yeah, it's 3-way tie. It doesn't matter who wins. Because we're having fun, and next week's theme's going to be great. Jesse, what do you got in mind for next week's theme?
How about multiplayer games? Like,
Alright.
it doesn't have to be a multiplayer only game, but a game where it has a solid multiplayer, aspect.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Now, we're talking more than 1, 2 players, or are we talking just like solid ass multiplayer games? Are we talking the modern multiplayer type game, or
Whether it's sitting on the couch playing Contra with some buddies, or playing 8-player Smash Brothers, or going online playing some Overwatch, whatever, multiplayer.
Yep. Sweet.
Cool.
Games that are better with friends.
Yep.
We can do it.
Games with friends.
David
seems to have thrown his arms up in frustration for some reason.
I have used both Splatoon and Splatoon 2 at this point.
Yes.
Damn it.
Yes, you have. Good luck, David. Well, cool. That'll be fun. Yeah. Multiplayer games coming on next week's show. And let's take this thing in for a fantastic landing. Great game tonight, guys. Total blast. Indie games galore. Not the indie games that I initially thought, but we overloaded the show with fan requests, and I think we got a nice wide variety. And then somehow really keyed in on the cats. But it's good. It's good. It's real good. So thanks to everybody for listening. Thanks for watching along on our live recording. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and twitch.tv/GameThatTune every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for our live recordings. Thanks for everybody listening in podcast form. You can find us at GameThatTune.com or in iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. We're always there on Wednesday mornings. You definitely got to check out patreon.com/GameThatTune. It is funding our current madness. We're having a blast thanks to our patrons. We're using it to fund our 24/7 video game music live stream. I'm definitely going to take some money out of it to pay for the Cat Lateral Damage soundtrack that I had to download tonight. We're taking your money and we are using it to make a lot of fun stuff. We got our SNES Classic mixtape on there right now. It's like 2 hours of SNES music, and you should give it a listen. And there's more mixtapes coming every month, and we're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff coming up. So yeah, check us out there. And special thanks to our Patreon super fan tier supporters, Alex Messenger, Lance Revere, and Andrew Oliver. You guys are great, and thanks for your support of the show. And follow us on Twitter at GTTPod. Send us some requests. We got tons of requests this week. That's why I just skipped my game altogether and took extra requests. So send us a request on Twitter. We got our message box open. Don't abuse that, please. We got our email, gamethattune@gmail.com. And you can find all of us on Twitter and send us messages there. I am at JGangsta187. You can find David Fleming on Twitter at
EFD Fleming.
Yep, you can find John Regan on Twitter at
JP Regan Jr.
Yep, and you can find Jesse Moore, this week's winner, on Twitter at
Sega_legend.
Hell yeah, you can. And yeah, I think that's it. So, Jesse, you got the bonus tunes tonight. Take us home, man.
So when I heard the theme, I was a little confused too, and I had picked a game originally, and then I did some research, and I was like, oh, and I was like, well, I still like this music, so I kept one song from Indiana Jones on SNES.
Nice.
God damn it. I love it.
Good night, everybody.
Yep. Hell yeah. So Fast Racing Neo is copyright 2015 Shin-In Multimedia. World of Goo is copyright 2008 2D Boy. FTL Faster Than Light is copyright 2012 Subset Games. Duck Game is copyright 2015 Landon Podbielski and Adult Swim Games. Cat Lateral Damage is copyright 2015 Chris Chung and Maneko Ware LLC. Mighty Gunvolt Burst is copyright 2017 Inty Creates.